Hello and welcome to another Company of Heroes 3 game. My name is Fancy Josh, and today I've got a game for you between Stana as our British, and his opponent today is going to be Kaiser Tushkan. And I have a very special guest with me today, Olvadi of Meta Plays, Eagle Strike fame. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Good day. Yeah, I'm really hyped for this game. I'm a caster as well, doing a lot of CoH3 competitive stuff, so maybe you have heard me already. So I'm really interested to see how this game works, or will play out rather.
So, map today is going to be Pacino's Stalemate. You know, I were talking a little bit ago about how this map is not in the pro pool. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, couple of months back, like 4 months, even 5 months back, I did a vote for the players that could decide what maps they want to play in the tournament. And and let's say Paquito was not in the top 6, not even close. So players are not a huge fan of this map.
I wonder why that is. I think it's an interesting map. You know, I like anything that shakes up the style of play required. I think they added fuel to the left side, and that was a good decision, or bumped the fuel, I should say, so it's worth fighting. But this major cutoff on the right side really kind of defines the way the game can play out, so maybe that's what folks don't like about it.
It changed a lot though, right? I think it is one of the maps that received the most reworks. Like already in the middle, at least one building is gone, and overall it was more opened up. So
Yeah.
probably players are just biased because of the first version of the map, and they really disliked that, and then it kind of stuck.
Yep, fair enough. First fight of the game breaking out on the right side. Grenadiers finding some Royal Engineers, just going to let that happen. By the way, Stana has gone for the Australian Defence Battle Group, so he's going to have those light Australian infantry sections to get some early capturing power and some decent combat effectiveness. How do you feel about this unit overall?
It's an amazing unit. It's probably the most cost-efficient mainline infantry that we have currently in the game. For 300, you get the best fighting unit in the early game. Then you have an amazing veterancy or amazing ability that scales to veterancy. Yeah, they're just amazing overall. A little bit too good though for my liking.
Yeah, I think the only real drawback to them is they don't have a snare against vehicles, and that's kind of where they struggle. A lot of times you'll see folks just go for one, just kind of to get that early capturing power and a little bit of like different style of infantry, and then they'll rotate into infantry sections. But this game is going to be all Australian light infantry all day long.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. The snare problem is the biggest problem for them for sure. But on the other hand, Wehrmacht only if the 2-2-1 comes around is really a problem for you. There's nothing else early on that really threatens you. And I'm not sure how popular the tier 2 is currently in the meta.
Yeah, of course they're offset. You know that snare missing is offset by the fact that the 2-pounder is god tier.
It was nerfed and it's still god
Still
tier.
god tier, yeah. Yep.
Uh,
So, nice moves by our British player here, managing to get all the way into that top corner. Going to steal away some fuel from the looks of it, actually throwing down some sandbags. There are some Pioneers in the area, but not going to be able to compete with those Royal Engineers right now. It's a nice little early lead for Stana, it looks like.
yeah, in the meantime, tushkan though is gaining the left side. So I think resource income will equalize out unless tushkan is... I mean, Stana is able to push off Stana there.
And I just realized I'm committing a cardinal sin. I have my red on the left and my blue on the right, but it's not matching the map, so I'm going to go ahead and fix that real quick. Sorry about the elos being switched, folks, but that's just the way it's going to be. And mechanized battle group locked in for Tushkan. We saw some early chatter between our players. They might be thinking about calling in Stug. Is that what we were seeing? Let me quickly check here. Yep. So I think Stana's expecting Tushkan to add on some Stugs from the battle group.
Stück decall him.
Yep.
Currently being really, really good. Early Stoßtruppen with those DR bonuses makes him really tough to beat.
And an early pack gun for Tushkan. I mean, he's not that far off on his timing. The company command or platoon command post just finishing up there, so Humber armored car probably in the cards here. But that map is...
Seal is something both play. Oh, Wehrmacht has seal out. Never mind. But look at the Grenadiers, how low HP they are.
Yep. And this map's blinking all sorts of colors right now. Looks like we're gonna see... Oh, well, actually, Tushkan's still connected through the middle through his opponent's cutoff. Or, excuse me, Stana is. That's annoying.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who switches up the player name
Well,
from time to time.
Yeah, I switched their sides, and now I'm all sorts of confused. Hopefully we'll get back to normal here. Pioneers in danger, though. Australian light infantry doing a work there. And the heavy machine gun's going to be driven back as well. And, man, at these high-level games, I think we're in for a ton of chaos here. We're going to see little fights happening all over the place, and I'll do my best to keep track of them all.
I think Tushkan is a Tecma player. I'm not sure. I didn't check his stream. And I'm not sure about Stana either. But usually you see a lot of engagements all over the place from Tecma players, because they have easier time keeping track of what's going on the map than non-Tecma players. So,
Yep, fair enough.
definitely looks like it, though.
I don't know if either of these players stream. If you guys know, let us know in the comments.
Tushkan streams, that
Does
I'm
he?
aware.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. It's a Russian stream, I think.
And there's the Humber armored car. No surprise. Pack gun is kind of out of position, but at least in the area. But this Humber armored car looks like it's going to make it rough for his opponent to take back this cutoff point here. And with the support of those Australian light infantry, this is not a good fight for...
That might be a dead flamer.
He's going to chase. Not quite. But pack gun getting a nice shot here. And Humber armored car in a bad spot. Attack round, maybe? Not going to connect.
Nice try though. Humber will get away, but bonus damage from side armor really it's a lot of HP loss.
And all things considered, a little bit of a slow victory point bleed over the course of these 7 minutes here. And we're seeing...
Yeah, it feels like both players are prioritizing resources over VP bleed.
It's going to be infantry training up next for Stana, so going to bump all these Australian light infantry, make them extremely vicious, and it really feels like we need a vehicle from Tushkan here. Has he teched up? He's got the Panzer Grenadier Company, but is a ways off from something like a Stug. Stug, of course, pretty unpopular in 1v1. I mean, surely he's going for battle group stuff here.
It's either outright play or Stug decall in. And considering how strong the Stug decall is currently, I'm expecting that.
Yeah. Does seem likely. He's gonna be able to retake this right side, so... Finally, it seems.
No heal from Stana, and it's close to being minute 9, and that's a lot of manpower lost due to the lack of heal. Not a big fan of that.
And Fielder Infirmary up now. So, yeah, I think we're just going to see Kaiser get aggressive here. Like, try and pick up some models and get out that Stug. He is floating quite a bit of manpower, so I think it's going to be a Stug call-in. Generally, you'll see folks float, what is it, like 600? It's like nearly 700 manpower. It's crazy expensive.
640, 650, something like that. Well, you get 2 units. 2 really strong units.
Really strong units, yeah. Might even be a discount, honestly.
Well, Stoßrupp has 380 from the tech, so the Shook is technically only like also 300 something.
Yep.
And slightly less, so it's not that expensive.
Saw some mines thrown down there by Stana. Love to see that. Anytime you're walking into an area you haven't been in a while, you should probably bring minesweepers, and there's the Stug Assault Group called in here. And that is going to be really tough for Stana to deal with in his current with his current setup here. Gonna need a 2-pounder, maybe also a 6-pounder. Stug, of course, has that crazy armor.
Yeah, I think a 6-pounder is the way to do it, since the 2-pounder got nerfed with its Veterancy 1 and it's not as reliable to penetrate those better armored units.
Stana does have a decent amount of fuel built up here, so... And mound power, honestly. Curious what he wants to do here. Isn't really reacting, has seen this Stug, and just seems totally fine with the current situation.
Is he a gambling man? Will he tech up and just cope till he can get a Crusader?
You know, foot guard...
That'd be risky.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, all he'd be able to do is go for foot guard, and... Not sure... He is gonna do it. Okay, company command post. So...
He is a gambling man. I like that.
Well, so I think over the next 2 or 3 minutes here, we're gonna see him lose an awful lot of territory. I think he's gonna be able to slow the VP bleed, but his cutoff point is in jeopardy here, I would say. Stug not being super aggressive. The Stas
To
troop
be
is
careful though with mines. Not sure if there are any down.
Yeah. Honestly, I've only seen the one so far. You know...
Yeah, it feels like Stana is using the sniper shot more than mines, which is fine.
You know, I saw... The first Wehrmacht build I had any success with was double Stug Assault Group call-in. I saw a Red Wings game, and I was like, that looks like fun, but not for my opponent, so I tried it out, and it is a blast, but... I don't know. It's cool to see these used at a high level. Ooh, Humber Armor Guard going down to the pack gun there.
Oh, that's a huge pickup. Well, with mechanized, you can get away with that, right? You don't need to take for tier 4, so you can invest a lot of resources in those expensive call-ins. And then just get Panther call-in later, so you're saving the tech cost.
Yep. Yep, very powerful build, and Stana still no sign of what his tech is going to be. I mean, it feels like he's going for Crusader here. But Panzer Company on the way. Tushkan. So I don't know about this. This is very, very greedy, and I don't feel like he's going to get much of a tech advantage from it.
He is not that far off from a Crusader, so Stana should be able to stabilize. I'm surprised how well he's able to maintain map control, even though being at such a disadvantage without a proper AT weapon.
Yeah, and I actually think that Tushkan is just not being aggressive enough. Maybe he doesn't... Maybe he's not aware of just how few units his opponent has, or... I mean, he's running all over the place with this Stug, but it's not translating into territory that I think he has every right to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's the threat though, right? Like, Tushka thinks a good player will get AT, so I can't be overly aggressive. So I need to be a little bit more conservative. Meanwhile, Stana is abusing this fact that Tushka is thinking that the enemy has an AT gun.
You know, that's one cool thing about the ladder, you know, is that a lot of these high-level players know each other well, right? And you can see these meta games start to take place. I mean, we saw it right at the beginning. Stana called out what Tushkan's build was going to be, and here we are. So, it could be some metagaming going on for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Crusader will hit the field. And over repair is unlocked, so there's definitely some great damage potential.
Do you know what skin this is?
It's the woodland skin.
Woodland
or
skin?
the forest one.
Yeah.
The best one.
The best one. It's not the one they just opened up in the patch,
no,
is it? Okay.
No, it's not. It's an old one. It's since the release.
Oh my god.
It bounce on the rear armor.
That is majorly unfortunate, and I don't see the pack gun. Where's the pack gun? Left side. I mean, this Crusader doesn't know it, but he's got an open window to just absolutely shred that Stug. Stug probably would be able to get away, but Royal Engineers denying that fuel. Nicely done there. Both players kind of... Oh! Grenade in the retreat path. Very nice. And it's going to be foot guard here. So I feel like I hardly ever see foot guard, and I'm not sure exactly why that is. Because I feel like they're a good unit. What are your thoughts?
They have a niche spot currently. Maybe they're slightly underperforming for their cost. They're just really expensive, have high maintenance with their upkeep and reinforcement. And they're not that good anti-infantry, but they're also not that good at anti-tank. Obviously due to being a generalist. But it always feels, it just gets another tank. It gets the same job done and is better at that.
Yeah, that's
So,
fair. That's fair. Well, for somebody like me that loses all their infantry sections, you know, in the mid-game, and I have to just replace them with something that it's a little easier to keep alive for me personally, and foot guard kind of fill that role. But yeah, at a high level, maybe not so much. But foot guard finding a little spot here, able to get some damage on the Stosstroopen as well as his AT gun and chasing into the smoke there. And they're just going to fight the whole world, it seems. Panzer IV on the way.
AT gun will get decrewed. But will he stay to destroy it or will he retreat?
Yeah, no way that was going to work out for him.
I'm not sure if that much manpower loss for just decrewed AT gun was worth it.
Bet one, though? I don't know. But these guys get real scary with veterancy. They get so much freaking evasion. Stug's gonna be really good against them, but like they're gonna do fairly well against Stosstroopen, especially if they can get those higher veterancies.
They have an amazing veterancy one ability, the full snare or full stun. It's one of the few things or few units in the game that actually is able to perform a full stun where you can't move, and that's really good though.
Second Crusader nearly on the field here. Panzer IV finding this heavy machine gun on the left side. Gonna drive him back. Doesn't have a lot of units in the area to capture. Crusader trying to help out, but gonna need his second Crusader friend to be able to take this fight, I think. And that Panzer IV...
he's not even fully repaired. Oh.
Man, it looks like he wants to dive here. I don't know about this.
One.
Pack guns, not in position. But so
No
many bounces.
penetrations.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
so many bounces. Holy cow.
No tank trading, no increased penetration from it.
Good lord, dude. That Panzer IV... Oh my god, so many bounces, dude. I think there was one penetration. Holy cow.
Oh no.
Are you joking me? Holy cow. I don't think I've ever seen that much bounce. That was some insane
That's
luck.
continuing.
And I do think he's going to get away here. This Panzer IV could go hunting, though. Yeah, the Foot Guard coming back to base here to try and help out with this. And did pick up an anti-tank gun somewhere. Ooh, nice little play on this top side. Australian Light Infantry grabbing this AT gun. Might be able to turn it on the Stug. That'd be nice. Nope, gonna retreat instead. Probably the wise choice there with a bad retreat path ahead of him. So,
Coming in interception range.
what did we just
Or not.
see? I don't know what just happened. Like, it was crazy bad luck, right? I mean, Crusaders do not great against Panzer IVs, but that was on another level.
I'm not sure if that's actually true, because Stana's lacking tank training, and tank training gives you how much more penetration? Let me check quickly.
Good point. Let me check. We're getting some side armor hits with those Foot Guard, though.
It's 10% more weapon penetration, 10% more reload, and 10% more accuracy. So definitely a huge bonus, and I think that just showed that the Crusader is poor penetration and gets its strength from numbers and tank training.
You know, I like to say I learn something every video, and I always get tank training without knowing what it actually does, but that 10% weapon pen is freaking huge, so yeah, I think you're right about that. Yeah,
Basically the whole Crusader is balanced around tank training, I think. At least its damage profile. Without it, it's really just not good against our armored vehicles.
Well, we'll see if he techs into that here. Does have the over repair. Still hasn't fully repaired his Crusaders, though. Wanting to get active with these guys once again. I think you and I were talking the other day about how over repair is the best feature of this battle group. Was that
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It scales insanely. It's one more AT gun shot that you need till you die. And that's just insane considering how much survivability is, how important survivability is on your tanks, especially on those flanking tanks.
Yeah. Or, you know, light vehicles, right? I mean, for us plebeians. Ooh, Stug in trouble here. Crusader finding a nice angle. Gonna get in behind him.
If he gets penetrations.
Panzer IV on the scene, though. And, oh my god, more bounces. Finally getting a penetration there. Foot guard in the area. 6-pounder as well. Should be able to get him. Nice pickup there. That was a nice little find. But a Panther on the way. That's gonna be rough to deal with.
Or Panther will counter those Crusaders really, really well. I'm not sure what Tushkan can do, what Stana can do once the Panther hits the field, because he has nothing to counter it. And infantry-wise, he's actually not doing that bad infantry-wise. But I think with the Panther on the field, he will fall also behind the infantry race.
You know, I don't actually know how well Australians do against Stostruppen. It feels like he's able to...
They do really well.
Yeah, I was
because
like...
of the sniper shot.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he's got Vet 2 across most of his infantry here. He's got a 6-pounder. It feels like these Crusaders are for anti... I don't know, dude. Yeah, you're right. He's going to have a really hard time dealing with this Panther. And I keep accidentally switching colors here. Sorry about that.
Oh, Panzer Grenadier. That's an interesting choice at minute 22, especially if you're tier 3 already up.
Yeah. Maybe wanting to close the gap with these Australians and cut the fights a little short rather than taking those long-range fights that I say would favor the Australian. Just speculating, of course.
With the sniper shot, you also get slowed, so Panzer Grenadiers will have a really hard time closing those gaps.
Yeah. Combined arms, though, I think could help end the fights faster, but you're right about that, for sure. 6-pounder trying to blow up this church here, but being thwarted by a bush. Finally gonna get some connections. Does have a Vet 1 Crusader, that's kind of nice. Really would like to see some vehicle training, but not yet. Pioneers going down on the top side. Panzer Grenadiers in an awful spot. 6-pounder ready to help out here, and this Panzer IV is not in a good location right now. But second...
And my shortlist piece, Panzer Grenadier, no.
Panther finding a Crusader.
For the middle.
Yep. Yeah, that's going to be... charging all the tanks and going to get away here, potentially. Crusader trying to find the side armor of this Panther. But everything bouncing. Bazooka's connecting, though. And not going to continue.
Smoke saves the day for the flanking foot guard. The self-smoke from the Panther saves the foot guard.
Yeah, that was a nice little fight. I mean, he pushed the fight on multiple angles there. Our Tushkan did, and it was just enough to pick up a Crusader and get out safely there. Pack gun finding this Crusader. He's gonna have to get out of there. 6-pounders doing something. Who's he fighting? Oh my God, Bazooka's nearly picking up the Panzer IV. Fights everywhere. Even a fight on this right side between some Grenadiers and the Crusader. Might even get him.
The Grenadiers are dead.
Oh!
I think they are dead.
Oh no!
Put the sweeper away, Stana for...
He got him anyway. And Panther wanting a piece of this Crusader, but the Foot Guard's still in the area, getting some nice rear shots there. Crusader gonna move in? Oh no, bad spot for the Panther.
What is he doing?
Might get the Crusader? No way this Panther lives.
If this Panther lives, then I don't know, man.
Oh man.
Gets the AT gun.
Here comes
What is going on?
Players trading sides of the map here. Heavy machine gun going down. Crusader charging in. Getting some good connections on the Panzer IV. Panther still trying to hide. AT gun recrewed. Pack gun getting in on the action now. And Panther goes down. Crusader goes down. I think this Panzer IV is going to get away. Oh, recrewing his opponent's pack. Come on.
Hold. Smoke.
No way, dude.
What an engagement. What a mess.
What a mess indeed, dude. Look at how many units went down for both players. I mean, 2 Crusaders went down, bunch of AT guns.
Didn't 3 Crusaders die?
Grenadiers we saw go down at the beginning of that fight. Good lord. I love resets. I love when games get reset, where both players take heavy losses, but nobody loses. Oh, okay.
But I don't know, man. I don't even know who came on top. Because Stana lost all his Crusaders, but tushkan lost his Panther and a lot of mainline infantry.
Yeah. Well, taking a look at victory points here, I think tushkan is feeling okay about the game state. Even if he is behind, he has time to recover. Where are all the AT guns? They're just all dead, are they? Where are they?
One got recovered. New Crusaders coming in.
Oh, finding a low health Panzer.
Panzer showing... No, I thought he's showing rear armor, but that's not the case.
Wow. So no more bounces that time, getting that close range penetration. And that's... Yeah, so now I would say that Stana is definitely ahead. Uh-oh, grenades in the retreat path. But not falling for it. Yep.
tushkan feeling the pressure and getting a P4 instead of a Panther.
Well, yeah. It kind of feels like a deliberate choice. I don't know if he's feeling like he needs the anti-infantry or what. Because, I mean, we've clearly seen that a Panzer IV can hold its own against a couple of Crusaders if it gets lucky. And we still don't see tank training. So...
No one is getting penetrating shots in the middle, though.
Wet noodle fight.
P4 can't hit and Crusader can't penetrate.
But here come the bazookas. Somehow having better penetration than a tank. And is going to drive that unit back. Pack gun was in the area to try and help out. But two low health Crusaders, so this Panzer IV can run the table if it wants for a little bit. Yeah, so what's next here? I mean, a lot of fuel for both players, feels like. But manpower definitely the problem. And we saw Stana have to add on Royal Engineers again. This game's crazy.
It is indeed. It's those messy games, they're always the most fun to cast and most fun to watch because they're so unpredictable. And it's way more enjoyable than just, you know, if everyone is playing perfect meta without losing anything. It's obviously the most beautiful thing to watch if everything goes smooth. But it kind of becomes boring after some time.
Yeah, especially if it's on meta, right? You know, when you lose half your army and it becomes messy and your composition isn't necessarily what you want, you know, watching players adapt to the tools they still have on the field is cool. So, and you know what? These Panzer Grenadiers, interestingly enough, I think working out here. More Crusaders on the way. Dude, please, Stana, add on some Vet 1. Add on the tank training. It's
Tank
cheap.
training a second repair squad, please.
It's so cheap to do it too. I mean, the manpower is the biggest part, and it's only 200. So I don't know. If Crusaders is your endgame, they need their training. He's committed to not building AT guns, but I guess he's just got the fuel. He's got fuel, so he's like Crusaders all day long.
Yeah. To be fair, with 28 fuel per minute, you can really start 3D printing those Crusaders.
Yep. Yeah, neither player has been able to deny their opponent fuel. I mean, we saw it a bit in the early game, but all things considered, it's been relatively even. Crusader Blob finding this heavy machine gun might take him out, too. Bet 2 is not something you want to lose. But the rock wall is going to save the day.
10% more accuracy on with tank training.
Alright, and here comes the Panzer IV, going to bully away these Crusaders. Pack gun now out of position. You do see the infantry trying to flank that pack gun, getting suppressed by the heavy machine gun. Well, actually, what are they suppressed by? Maybe it was...
I have no idea.
Must have been a mine, yeah.
Yeah.
Crusader's going to wipe the pack gun, and Panzer IV now in trouble. Going to get dove on. There's a Panther behind. Going to trade a Crusader here.
Maybe he will lose more than one Crusader, I fear.
And Panzer IV is still alive. Can he pick him up there? Is finally going to get him, but that's another dead Crusader, so 2 for 1 again. And a nice fight there. Now this Panther can chase down this Crusader. Not going to happen, though.
I think Tushkan will be happy. As long as he is able to keep the Crusader numbers low and to avoid critical mass, he will be happy. As long as he trades positively. But once before he gets 2 Crusaders, not even bad.
Did manage to recrew his pack gun. So that's gonna be happy with that. But wow, small armies for both players here.
Even though I would say he's slight infantry disadvantage though here. Stana is all veterancy free. Tushkan struggles with infantry and veterancy.
Yeah, and as odd as it is to say, I feel like these Crusaders are relatively replaceable. I love that he's using that house for cover, just barely peeking out, getting some shots on those Panzer Grenadiers, and then without taking the wrath of the Panther there, for the most part. Gammon Bomb. Ooh, Panzer Grenadiers nearly going down.
Smoke! Smoke!
Those foot guard, I don't think they would have gotten him anyway, but yeah, smoke pop to make sure it happens.
It's not the risk I would take.
Yeah, no, you can't lose that Panzer Grenadier squad. Sturmpanzer next. I like this.
So, he needs something to contest the infantry, so Brumba makes sense. But I'm just scared that Stana will soon be able to overwhelm the anti-tank defense.
Well, not if he keeps getting the bounces he's been getting. And the Sturmpanzer can be a nice distraction. You know, if the Crusaders basically have to focus the Panther, so the Sturmpanzer can just sit there and do whatever it wants. I suspect we'll see... Oh, he switched it out. No. No. Maybe the safer choice.
Yeah. Generalists are always the way to do it. Nice hit from the Panther on the body that the Royal Engineer just finished, blowing them up.
Slow bleed here for our German player. But Panzer IV is just, Crusaders just finding these infantry alone and gonna drive them back to base, as he should, using that superior mobility. So I don't know if this is something we've talked about. What's your take on Panzer being... The Panther feels pretty good against infantry compared to previous installments of this game, and I'm wondering what you think about that statement.
Yeah, I think all tanks feel way too generalist-like, if that makes sense. which is good for 1v1, because in 1v1 you care more about pop cap efficiency than like unit effectiveness. And generals will always beat specialists because of that. But on the other hand, in team games, it breaks how like tanks with a certain niche are then not that useful, because well, I could get a good niche tank or multiple generalists and they do the same job than just one niche tank, if that makes sense.
That does make sense. I think, you know, a common strategy in team games is to blob one vehicle, right? So like Panzer IIIs or Stuarts, you know. So, yep, makes a lot of sense to me. And that was quite the kerfuffle in the middle. British player was able to come out ahead on the victory point there. Might be using this heavy machine gun to capture. Not something you really want to do, but is the situation. Kaiser tushkan continuing to hold just enough territory to keep himself in this game. And man, those victory points coming down to the wire here. I think we could see one last decisive fight and it might be over here. You know, these foot guard felt really MVP. I wasn't sure about it when he added them on, but he got just tremendous value over the course of this game, it feels like.
I think it's actually one of the best situations for foot guard high specialist tanks like the Panther, which don't do that much damage to you, but you can get decent penetrations on side armor or front armor with high veterancy. So I think that's one of the few exceptions where they excel in fighting anti-tank units or anti-tank based anti-tanks.
Oh my god, Panzer IV wiping 3 models with a single shot. Might even get him. That would have been devastating.
Oh, he could go for the wipe. Is he greedy?
Oh, almost. That could have been really bad. Crusaders diving the middle, though. Panther in trouble, getting surrounded. And finally, these penetrations coming through.
The dance. Footguard is fully suppressed.
Yeah, the nice little use of smoke there, and Panzer IV coming to save the day. Crusaders in behind the Panther once again. Lots of bounces. This is looking really good for Kaiser. Oh no, dude. Yeah. That was a dive and a half. Really well played by tushkan there. I mean, the heavy machine gun suppressing those foot guard, and then the dance of the Panther. You called it. Wow.
That was really well executed there by tushkan. Sava had the right idea, but I think once he saw the MG in the middle and his foot is getting suppressed, he's not able to break through. He should have called off the attack.
That said, he does have control of the sides right now, but tushkan moving quickly to rectify that situation.
Also, not over-repairing all 3 Crusaders felt wrong.
Yeah. Well, and not having tank training felt wrong. I mean, I think this game would look completely different.
I agree, tank training would have done so much damage. Or he's missing out on so much damage due to tank training not being researched.
So, yeah, down to the wire here. tushkan added on a Sturmpanzer here, and I think this is just what he needs to put an exclamation point on this game.
Good old Stupa.
Foot guard doing their best, but their best isn't going to be good enough here. Sturmpanzer are going to put a quick end to that fight.
Well, Stana is not dead yet, though. He has enough resources to get a couple of more Crusaders out, but those now have to make something happen rather soon than late.
Yep, and I mean, he's doing the right things here. He's dancing around his opponent, continuing to capture territory, victory points, I should say. But Crusaders just continuing to lose out to this Panzer, and that Panzer is veterancy 2. So, things looking really, really good for tushkan right about now. What a game. What a game.
Well played though from Tushkan.
Oh, dropping another Crusader there, so... Yeah.
It's always easy to point out the mistakes that the enemy did, but sometimes you just also have to, or you have to praise the guy who just did everything right.
Yep.
Because it's always easy to say, yeah, you won because the enemy made a mistake.
Well, you know, I think my favorite part about casting is learning from these games, you know? And like, so you guys at home, watch your own games. You're gonna see stuff that you didn't, you would have otherwise missed, you know? I think it's really important to evaluate your own games and see what you could have done differently. But yeah, well played by both players, I would say, overall. And some really, really cool plays. Fun dives, you know?
I agree. You know, how often do you see Footguard perform actually well in the
Seriously. I mean, they picked up a Stug. They helped pick up several tanks this game. That's for sure.
Look how much damage they do at that 3 against the Roomba.
Let me take a quick look at their stats here. If I could stop switching. So they got 3 vehicles destroyed, and those are tanks. Jeez. They don't even get a penetration bonus. They just freaking own with those bazookas. Yeah. Stana not wanna... Yeah, it does. But Stana unwilling to throw in the towel here, gonna make his opponent bleed him out. He's got one... He does have control of both the victory points here. But there's just no way.
It's one of the games where you refuse to leave because it feels like you played better, or
Yeah.
you did everything right and it was still not enough.
Yep. Yep. Oh my god, dude. This Panther gonna pick up another Crusader. How many kills does he have? 4 vehicles. Those are all Crusader kills.
That 3 Panthers unkillable, man.
Well, any closing thoughts? I think we kind of covered it.
It was a fun game to watch. It kind of showed the strength of Footguards in the right situation, but it also showed how important it is to get your upgrades as Brits.
Yep. I think you nailed it. 11 Crusaders went down that game. Yeah, hey, thanks so much for casting with me. It was great to have you.
You are welcome. I love casting with other people and watching an amazing game.
Any, are you planning the next Eagle Strike end of the month?
Yeah, as usual, end of the month. Give me 2 seconds and I can give you the actual date. For once I'm actually prepared to tell you.
That's okay. I put you on the spot here.
Don't worry, 17th to 16th of August. So in roughly 2 weeks.
Right on. Well, guys, look forward to that. You said 17th and...
Yeah, 16th and 17th.
16th and 17th. Yeah. Alrighty, well, great having you. Look forward to casting with you again. And I hope you guys enjoyed this game, and we'll see you in the next video.
Yeah.